Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving headfirst into the wonderful world of Filipino culture. It's like jumping into a jeepney, colorful, a little bit crazy, and an experience you won't forget. But don't worry, we're not going to throw you to the cultural wolves. We've got your back. We're going to arm you with 7 essential tips to navigate the beautiful chaos that is the Philippines. Think of it as your cultural cheat sheet, your guide to avoiding those awkward, lost in translation moments. From the moment you step off the plane, you'll be blending in like you've been eating balut your whole life. So buckle up, get ready for some captivating stories, maybe shed a tear or two from laughter, hopefully, and get ready to fall in love with the Philippines, just like I did. All right, let's talk about Filipino hospitality. Now, I've been lucky enough to travel the world, meet people from all walks of life. But let me tell you, Filipinos, they take the cake, they take the entire bakery when it comes to welcoming you with open arms. I remember my first time in Manila. I landed, got my bags, and hopped into a taxi. And the driver, without missing a beat, starts chatting me up like we're old friends catching up. He's asking about my family, my trip, what I plan to do in the Philippines. And I'm thinking, hold on, shouldn't you be asking me where I'm going first? But that's the thing, they're genuinely interested in you, in making you feel comfortable, like you're part of the family. It's not just taxi drivers either. Everyone from the street food vendors to the folks you pass on the street, there's this warmth, this genuine desire to make you feel welcome. And let me tell you, it's infectious. You can't help but smile back, even if you don't understand a word they're saying. Trust me, a little smile goes a long way in the Philippines. So my first tip, embrace the Filipino hospitality. Let them welcome you with open arms because it's a beautiful thing. You might even make a friend or two along the way. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, Tagalog, one of the main languages in the Philippines, can be a bit of a tongue twister. But here's the thing, even if you just learn a few basic phrases, it goes a long way. It shows you're making an effort, and Filipinos appreciate that. Plus, it can lead to some pretty hilarious situations. I remember once I was trying to order adobo, which is this amazing Filipino dish. You have to try it. Anyway, I thought I had the pronunciation down pat. But when I said it, the waiter just stared at me, completely bewildered. Turns out I pronounced it completely wrong. I won't even try to repeat it here, I'll spare you the embarrassment. But everyone around me had a good laugh, including me, once I realized what I had done. From that day on, I made it my mission to learn some basic Tagalog. Salamat, which means thank you, is a good one to start with. Magandang araw, which means good day, is another winner. You'll be surprised how much even a few words can enrich your experience. It's like unlocking secret levels of cultural understanding. Plus, who doesn't love a good laugh? The Philippines is a country steeped in rich history and traditions, and let me tell you, they take their customs seriously. But don't worry, it's not as intimidating as it sounds. It's all about being respectful, just like you would anywhere else. One of the most beautiful things I've experienced in the Philippines is their love for festivals. They're not just celebrations, they're like massive street parties full of life, color, and music. I remember being in Cebu for Sinulog, this massive festival in honor of the Santo Niño, the child Jesus. Imagine thousands of people dancing in the streets, dressed in vibrant costumes, chanting Pit Señor. It was electric. Now, I'm not a religious person myself, but there was something so powerful, so unifying about that experience. It made me appreciate the deep sense of faith and community that Filipinos have. So, my advice is to embrace the local customs and traditions. Participate in festivals, visit historical landmarks, ask questions, be curious. You'll gain a whole new level of respect and understanding for the Filipino culture. Okay, let's talk about the good stuff. Filipino food. Now, I'm a firm believer that trying new cuisines is one of the best ways to experience a culture. And Filipino food? Oh boy, get ready for a flavor explosion. I'm talking about adobo, this savory, tangy dish cooked in vinegar, soy sauce, and garlic. Sinigang, a sour soup that will make your taste buds sing. And of course, lechon, roasted pig with skin so crispy it'll change your life. But then there's balut. Now, balut is a fertilized duck embryo that's boiled and eaten in the shell. Yeah, you heard that right. I know, it sounds a little intense. And trust me, the first time I saw someone crack open a balut, I thought I was on a hidden camera show. But then I tried it. And you know what? It wasn't bad. Look, I'm not saying you have to go full-on balut on your first day, but be open to trying new things. You might be surprised at what you discover. And hey, if you don't like something, that's okay too. Just have a laugh about it. Chapter 5. Understand the concept of Filipino time. Now let's talk about time in the Philippines. It's a little fluid, shall we say. They have this thing called Filipino time, which basically means everything runs on a bit of a delay. Now, coming from a place where being on time is practically a religion, this took some getting used to. I remember my first meeting in Manila. I showed up right on time, all prepared. And guess what? I was the only one there. Everyone else strolled in about an hour later, completely unfazed. At first, I was a little frustrated, but then I realized, hey, it's all about perspective. In the grand scheme of things, what's an hour? So, my advice is to embrace the Filipino time. Relax, go with the flow, don't sweat the small stuff. And hey, if you're ever running late, you can always blame it on Filipino time. Just kidding, or am I? Chapter 6, dress appropriately for the weather. Let's talk about the weather in the Philippines. It's hot, like really hot and humid. It's like walking into a sauna, fully dressed. So unless you want to look like you just jumped in a pool with your clothes on, pack accordingly. Leave your thick sweaters and jackets at home. Trust me, you won't need them. Think light, breathable fabrics like cotton and linen. And don't forget a hat, sunglasses and sunscreen. Oh, and one more thing. Rain gear. The Philippines is known for its sudden downpours, especially during the rainy season. I remember once I was caught in a downpour in Manila without an umbrella. Let's just say I learned my lesson the hard way, so pack a light raincoat or umbrella. You'll thank me later. Trust me, embracing the tropical climate is all part of the Filipino experience. Chapter 7. Stay safe and be aware of your surroundings. Now, just like any other country, it's important to be aware of your surroundings and take precautions to stay safe in the Philippines. But don't let that scare you. Filipinos are some of the warmest and most welcoming people you'll ever meet. However, it's always better to be safe than sorry. Avoid walking alone at night in unfamiliar areas, just like you would anywhere else. Keep your valuables safe and be cautious of pickpockets, especially in crowded areas. But here's the thing I love about the Philippines, the sense of community. If you're ever lost, confused, or unsure of something, don't hesitate to ask a local for help. Filipinos are always willing to lend a helping hand, and they'll go out of their way to make sure you're safe. That's the beauty of the Filipino spirit. Utro mabuhay and enjoy the journey. So, there you have it, folks. 7 essential tips to help you navigate the beautiful chaos of the Philippines and avoid culture shock. Remember, it's all about embracing the differences, being respectful, and most importantly, having a sense of humor. The Philippines is a country that will surprise you, challenge you, and ultimately capture your heart. From the stunning beaches to the delicious food and the warm hospitality, it's an experience you won't soon forget. So pack your bags, book that ticket, and get ready for an adventure. And hey, if you find yourself in a funny situation, don't worry, just laugh it off. It's all part of the journey. Mabuhay!